Hello guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a brand new video here. So today I've got another episode of the confirmed transfers, which I haven't actually done that much of recently. I've done potential transfers, I've done a bizarre transfer bids and that, but I haven't done the confirmed transfers in a while. So I thought I'd just do one of them just to keep you guys up to date with some of the transfers that have gone through in the last couple of weeks, or probably a month actually since I've done the last confirmed transfers. Now before I get into this video though, I just want to tell you guys about a website which coming with the new season coming up, you might be thinking of getting a few football shirts of certain teams, and if you are, I would definitely recommend using, I think it's Soccer Lord, the website's called, soccerlord.com. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, I'm just simply advertising them just because you can get football shirts on there, like completely legit, like genuine football shirts for £18. I think once you get like a name on the back, and actually get it delivered, which is £5. I think it's about £24 in total to actually get it delivered with a name on and everything, which is just absolutely insanely cheap. So I would definitely recommend using them if you are thinking of getting a football shirt for this season. Now, getting into the video though, we are going to get into the first player who has been confirmed transferred in this transfer window, which is Jordan. I think it's Jordan. No, Andre Ayew actually. Jordan Ayew is one for Aston Villa, but Andrew Ayew has gone from It's gone to West Ham from Swansea for £20 million, which personally, I didn't watch much of Swansea last season. I think personally it's a lot of money, 20 million really. I mean, I know even with the inflated market, for someone like I think I keep getting them mixed up. For someone like Andrew Ayew, who isn't like a standout player really, I think it is a lot of money. But hopefully it does do good for West Ham. He is obviously a decent player, but personally I think 20 million is just a little bit too much money. Now getting to the next player in this video, we have got BOLASIE from Crystal Palace to Everton, and again, a really good player. Really good player. I mean, I've seen him a couple of times for Crystal Palace last season, and he is a really good player. BOLASIE got a lot of skill, got a lot of pace, and strong as well. He's one of them players who you do get a few of them, like Lukaku and that, but you don't get it many often. You don't get it often where they're strong and they're also fast, and BOLASIE is definitely one of them. He's got a lot of skills up his sleeve as well, and he is a good player. I think it was 25 or 30 million that Everton bought him for. I think it was about 30 million actually that they buy him for, and again, a lot of money, but I would probably more than Andrew Ayew. I'd just say this is worth it because I think he's about 26, is he? I think BOLASIE. So he's not old, but he's not young either. So he's kind of in the middle, and he is definitely a really good player. And also as well, Benteke is apparently very close to signing for Crystal Palace, which is probably why they wanted to actually get rid of BOLASIE, why they were willing to get rid of BOLASIE, because they're actually hoping to replace him. Well, is BOLASIE in the striker? I was going to say replace him, but get Benteke in. Whether that's to replace him or not, I'm not 100% sure, because I think BOLASIE plays more as a winger. Now getting to the next player in this video, who was actually featured in my new players on FIFA 17 video, I think it was. Which is Gabriel Jesus from Palmeiras, I think it is, one of the Brazilian teams. One of the few Brazilian teams actually that are still on FIFA. They are on FIFA though, but he wasn't actually on FIFA, even though Palmeiras are actually on FIFA. But I think they brought him in for about £30 million, Gabriel Jesus. Obviously, one of them players who just play in the Brazilian League and is a really skillful player. Whether he'll do well in the Premier League for Man City is still to be seen, or whether he'll just kind of rot on the bench and not really do anything, I don't know. But from what I've seen of him, he is a really good player, and hopefully he'll be pretty decent. And like I said, about 25 or 30 million, so it was a bit expensive, but he does look like a really good player. Now, getting to the next player in this video, which is one that you will probably... surely, if you're interested in football at all, I don't think you can escape hearing about this transfer 24/7. It is finally finished though, and it is Paul POGBA to Manchester United. And there was rumours that it was over 100 million. I think it does go over 100 million in agent fees, but the actual the transfer fee itself is £89 million, which is a huge amount of money for a centre midfielder. When you think like you want a striker for that sort of money, or a winger who's going to make a huge impact, but for a midfielder it is a lot of money. But don't get me wrong, Paul POGBA is an absolutely fantastic player, but I've seen it many times when people have said he's overrated, and on all that, since he's been like linked for United pretty much really, because you know people are hypocrites. But I've said he's not overrated at all in my opinion, but he is overpriced. Overpriced, yes. Overrated, no. I don't think he's overrated whatsoever. But don't get me wrong, 89 million is a huge amount of money. I'm not saying at all that he's worth that much, but don't get me wrong though, he is a fantastic player. Now getting to the last player in this video, we have got John Stones to Manchester United, which kind of falls pretty nicely on from Paul POGBA, to be honest, in terms of a huge amount of money for a player who maybe might not actually be 100% worth what they have actually cost, and that is John Stones to Manchester City. Now, I'm not saying John Stones is a bad player. You know, I think he's like 20 years old, 21 years old, and he's a decent centre back. But actually saying that, I don't know if he's a good centre back as such. I think he'd be more better as a midfielder. Which, when you think that Man City have got Kompany and who else have they got? Kompany, and they've also got Mangala, who hasn't really fit into the team very well. They've also got Otamendi. Also, I'm not sure how he actually did last season, to be honest, but I'm sure he's pretty decent because he was pretty good at Valencia. But if they play him in midfield, he will probably do alright, because what I've seen from John Stones is he likes to take it past players and he likes to mess around with it a little bit. And in centre back, especially when you're playing for like a big team like Man City, where you're potentially playing in Champions League against top players like Messi, Ibrahimovic, well, not Ibrahimovic actually, because he's playing for United. I just basically landed myself in an opportunity to be abused there for being a United fan. But you got it coming up against all these top players, and they're going to punish you if you start messing around with it in midfield, so in defence, sorry. So I think he'd be better as a midfielder, but again, £47 million, it's a huge amount of money. It's a big gamble as well for Man City, but I guess they're the only ones who can really afford to take a big gamble on John Stones, because he didn't have the greatest season last year, so a lot of teams probably would want to have let him have another season at Everton. And to be honest, I would have liked to see him have another season at Everton, just to kind of mature a bit more, get a bit more experience in centre back maybe, or centre midfield. But City are willing to pay the money, and Everton have accepted, so he's gone off there. Hopefully he does do well though, because England could do with a few more good players, seen by their shocking Euros exit to Iceland in the summer. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Obviously, like I said at the start, be sure to check out soccerline.com if you are thinking of getting any football shirts for the upcoming season. And I hope you guys have enjoyed though, and I will see you guys next time. See you later.